That's right, it's Mo Nasser here, and this is my second video of me playing Summoner's War on the iPad. That's right. So what I want to do in this video is I want to explain the things that you can do the moment you get into your account and onto your island. This is a guide for if you're a noob, a beginner. Nothing wrong with being a noob. Everybody's got to start from somewhere. But if you're a veteran, these are some things that you can do for yourself, sort of like a daily checklist. Now, one of the things that you want to do the moment you get in is obviously collect all your mana stones. So these are some of the buildings I have. Like, look here, I got a mana stone that I need to collect. So these are resources that you can use to summon more creatures and or power up your runes. Now the runes are important as well. They make your creatures stronger as well as your crystals. You need your crystals, so these are some of the buildings. I don't have any crystals to collect, but you get the idea. So you collect as many of your resources as you can, because these are the things that you would need throughout the game. And another thing that you want to do is that every hour, maybe on the clock, maybe set an alarm or something like that, but you know, every hour when you're playing the game, you want to check your magic shop. Now inside the magic shop are items that get stronger as you progress in the game. So the more you level up, the stronger the items are. And this is also very important because you also have access to runes that you don't normally have access to, because some of the harder dungeons, the later dungeons, they have these runes, but when you're starting off, you have some of the basic runes and stuff like that. So you just look through this, and what you also want to do is, especially if you're starting out, a lot of the slots are not available. You want to open up those slots so you have a larger option. Like for example, like this Mystic Scroll right here. We definitely want this Mystic Scroll, because what this allows you to do is that you get you get a lot stronger monsters. You get monsters that are 3 to 5 stars. I believe it's 3 to 5 stars for a Mystic Scroll. So we want to buy this from the shop. So we're gonna buy it right now. I'm gonna summon something. So yeah, there we go. 3 to 5 stars monsters. Correct. Sometimes I get a little confused. Because you can also get summoning stones, which allow you to summon from a pool of monsters, as well as a legendary summoning piece, which again allows you to summon from 4 to 5 star monsters, and you have the light and dark ones, which allows you to summon light and dark 3 to 5 star monsters. So those are the type of things that are available in your shop. And you can also, again, this is one of the reasons why you want to collect your crystals, because you have at the top, if you can see right there, you have for 3 crystals, you can refresh the list. You can keep going on and on and on until you find the right list that you want. You buy something that you want, and at the end of the day, it's a little bit more cost effective, but also it's a little bit almost like gambling. I wouldn't say gambling, but it's something like that, unlucky, rolling the dice and stuff like that, because this list is also random. Like for example, this one we got really lucky, so we want this Mystical Scroll. All right, so I want to purchase that for 135,300 mana stones. Yes, yeah. So basically, another way for you to get mana stones is of course doing the whole runs in the dungeons and stuff like that. Just battle it out. You get the mana stones and certain runes and artifacts as well. So we want to go to our summoning hedge right now. So now we're going to focus on the things you can do at the summon hedge. Now in the summon hedge, just now we just bought a Mystical Scroll, so we're going to use it. We're going to summon for 10,000. Spent. And we have all right, okay, fine. It's a nat 3. Oh well. Okay, so we got that one. But okay, so I was also talking about the exclusive summon stones. Now this one, like I said, you get to summon from a pool of monsters which change every single week. So as you can tell, this is the current monster pool. Next week you'll have this one, and so on and so forth. I mean, even for me myself, like my account, I do not have a galleon. I need a galleon. I mean, and Sierra and stuff like that. But like I mostly need a galleon. And a couple of weeks back during the galleon pool, I think I spent about 3,000 crystals. Sorry, before you crucify me, yes, I meant to say stones, not crystals. Flip of the tongue. The galleon, and still no freaking galleon. So what's up, come to us, what's up? But it's part of the game. It's part of the game. It's what you do, you roll the dice, so it is what it is. I mean, it's what keeps the game interesting, and why you want to keep on playing it. It gets you hooked on the random factors. So that's basically the magic shop. And another thing you want to do is when you get to the shop area, this game now encourages you to do a lot of PvP, player versus player, and through the, you get glory points, and inside the glory points you have access to a whole wide variety of just upper tier items and stuff like that. Things that can really help you out. For example, I'm scrolling through the list right here. When you're starting off, maybe you don't want to get the scrolls, because what you want to do at first is that as a beginner or as an intermediate player, you want to build yourself up, and you want to get some of these glory towers. And the reason why is because they give a percentage to a specific stat. So each one focuses on a different stat, and and you want these percentages because as your monsters grow more and more powerful, as you progress, these percentages are a percentage of how strong your monsters are. I mean, like for example, 10% is a lot stronger than plus 10, or plus 100 is a lot weaker than say plus 50, because it's half of what your total worth. But yeah, and once you've leveled up, as you can tell, I've maxed out on these guys, on these glory towers. I mean, I didn't bother with the mana fountain or fairy tree because, I mean, they just give me faster mana stone production. I could, but the advantage they give me is quite negligible, and so another thing you want to get is once per week, you want to get this high commodity, like this really high commodity item is called the Devilmon. And the reason why you want to hold on to him is because, like, once you have him, you want to use him to skill up some of your other monsters. Because when you skill up your monsters, you can do things by increasing the damage, or at the same time you can decrease the cooldown, whatever. I mean, a wide variety of things, but he is a commodity that you want to hold on to. Speaking of mons, another thing that you want to do is that you want to get into the Guild War shop. So we're going to go into the Guild War area, the Isle of Conquests. Go in, and we have the Guild shop. So inside the Guild shop, you can see scrolls as well, and summoning stones. But this Rainbow Mon, as you can tell, he starts off with a 4-star. So one of the reasons why you want to have him, and why I have a lot of them in my monster box, is because you can use these 4 stars to make another 4-star into a 5-star, and so on and so forth. And you can use these to make your stars, add more stars onto your monster. And then when they have more stars, they're a lot more powerful. That's just the general concept. So these are the mons that you want to hold on to when you get them as often as possible. And one of the other things it can do is the challenges. Now, as a new player or as an intermediate player, you don't have access to a lot of the more powerful monsters. So what you want to do is, for example, you have the daily dungeons. I mean, like if we just look at some of the rewards that you get, like for example, just for viewing the strategy info of the Hall of Magic, you get 10,000 mana crystals. That's pretty high, but also at the same time, aside from getting mana crystals, you can also get creatures. Like for example, you get the Konamiya, you get the Decameron, then you also have Colleen here, and also if we go back into the Giant's Keep, we also have a little bit, we have Shannon, and basically this is a very strong team. I mean, this is a team that you can use to just conquer a lot of the initial dungeons that you have to go through. And what's beautiful about this is that before you have to get the basic monsters and then you awaken them. These monsters are already awakened. Monsters with a name are already awoken. They know who they are, So that's some of the things that you definitely want, And another thing you can definitely check out is, of course, your daily missions. These missions, you can get more crystals and so on and so forth. You can just collect them. And also at the same time, I mean, you have like I said, the PvP aspect. And inside the PvP aspect, if we look at the arena, you have your rivals. And each one has a timer, so you can sort of get a rough estimate of when you can fight them. But look at this. I mean, you get so much crystals just by fighting your rivals. And it's not like you're sitting there stationary. You're actually playing. You're fighting. You're be they AI, but they also give you good. I mean, there's at least about, I don't know what, 30 crystals here, close to 30. I don't know. I mean, I'm just doing the rough math, but it's all there. So these are some of the daily things that you want to do. Another thing that you might want to do as well is if you're trying to, for example, if you want to try to farm. I mean, farming is the integral part of Summoner's War, especially if you want to keep competitive. It's just Farm, bitch, farm. That should be your motto. The moment you come in is like, after you're done with all the collecting, it's just farm, bitch, farm, because you're a farmer, for most of the time. And that's why you have the, chatting aspect. Oh, okay, failed to connect to the chatting server. Okay, all right. But anyways, so you have the chatting aspect, the social aspect, that sort of you can pass the time as you're farming. So for example, if you want to farm efficiently, one of the things you can do, actually, I'm gonna rewind back. One of the things that you can do is you can go to the shop and you go to the special area and you have these XP boosters. And the XP boosters are some of the things that you can get in the daily challenge as well. So these XP boosters, say you bought them or you got them from a daily challenge, you go into the battle area, you go say to Famon Volcano, and you choose and you put it on hell, and you get, maybe you do the first one, and so you have the creature that you want to get experience on, and then you just use one of your friends' monsters right here in your friend's monster box. So this is my monster box, this is my friend's monster box, so I'm using one of his. And we're not going to do a run right now, but just an estimate. I mean, with just this setup, without an XP booster, you get about 7,000 plus in terms of XP. But if you have a XP booster, you can get about anywhere between 14 to 15,000 experience. So that's an efficient way to farm. If you're gonna farm, you're gonna have to do it, but this is just an efficient way of doing it. Another thing that you want to do is, hold on, let me just move back here. Let me get back to my island. Okay, so we got Aaliyah here, this chick who's talking and moving around and trying to give you advice, which I've gone back to settings. Hold on. Whoops. All right, so now I'm back. Okay, so I had some technical difficulties. Whoop-de-doo, slip of the fingers. My bad. I'm sorry. So now that I'm back, we were talking about, where were we at? We were talking about Aaliyah. Aaliyah's the singer. Aaliyah is the chick that walks around. Okay, where is she? Okay, there we go. So she has a little present on top of her. So this is the, if we scroll all the way down, we have our monthly event. Now, the reason why the monthly event is important is because every time you check in, every time you play, you get a certain reward. So you get everything from XP boosters, you get mana crystals, and as you can tell, on the 24th day, you can see right here, on the 24th day, you can see on the screen right there, on the 24th day, you get this amazing light and dark scroll, which is a rare thing to get. You can buy it from the shop, but as you're gonna have to refresh quite a few times. It's a rare item to get. And this is good for, like I said, summoning light and dark 3 to 5 star monsters and stuff. That you definitely want that as a free addition to what you already have. Because you could grind it out, you can get all these resources, you can build all the more powerful buildings, you can upgrade them up. But what you want to do at the end of the day, if you can get them for free, why not? Just for checking in. And you also get them for checking in every single day of the month. So that's some of the things that you want to do as a beginner player or as a veteran. And right now, one of the other things that you can do is, okay, let's move out to somewhere more important. Let's see, is it here? Oh, there we go. Yeah, okay, back to the guild shop. This is where we want to be. Yeah, so many shops, so little time. But yeah, okay, so this Ifrit, you definitely want to get one of these every 2 weeks, because one of the reasons why you want to get this Ifrit is, it allows you to get like some of the more powerful monsters. Like you can get a Theomars, you can get an Amir, you can get a Tessa. These are your fire, water, and light, Ifrits and stuff. Sorry, wind. What am I saying? Light. So wind, fire, water, wind. Ifrits, so you get these every 2 weeks. So this is something that you want to buy from the guild shop. And these are some of the basic things that you want to do. And you can always use the Kairos dungeon to farm as well. Necropolis is a good dungeon to farm for runes. And once you get to this point, it's all just farming. And then you can take yourself to the real-time arenas and just go head-to-head with other players. Or if you want to be a PvE player, just like me, this whole time. Well, I'm trying to be a PvP, but at the moment I'm a strong PvE. But if you're at that point and you just want to stick to PvE, you could as well. But these are just some of the tips that you can do the moment you check in, what you should do. Just a checklist, put it there. Once again, my name is Mo Nazrul, and that was me playing Summoner's War.